Renee Hahn, your Naples Real Estate Expert. This video is part of a series I call Naples Revealed, where we explore all the various aspects of Naples, Florida living. Be sure to subscribe below to keep up to date on new videos to help familiarize yourself with the Naples area. And of course, reach out anytime if I can be of assistance to you on your journey to explore Naples living. All right, in this Naples Revealed, we're going to talk about some of the biggest economic challenges in Naples, Florida. Because we all know Naples, Florida is known for its pristine beaches and posh lifestyle. It might seem like a paradise at first glance. However, beneath the surface of sun-soaked golf courses and luxury boutique lies a series of economic challenges. After all, there's not a perfect place anywhere in this world, let alone this city or state. So I want to dive in and explore what some of the challenges are while sprinkling a little bit of humor because, hey, laughter is the best medicine, even for an economy. The first thing we're going to talk about is the cost of living. So Naples has high housing prices. The median home price in Naples reached around $1 million as of mid-2023. For context, that's more than what a lot of people spend on their college education. Talk about a tuition bill. I know, because I'm in the middle of paying for a couple of those myself. With prices soaring, many young families are left dreaming of a home while renting a room in a 3-bedroom condo, or 2 roommates and a pet iguana. It's just a little bit difficult to have this be your starting place. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm actually currently working with 2 first-time home buyers, and we have found them amazing options. But the budget might be a little higher than what you're used to spending in other areas outside of Florida and specifically outside of Naples. The next one is an affordability crisis. So the rising housing costs have meant that residents often spend a staggering 40% or more of their income on housing. It's hard to enjoy the finer things in life when you're still paying off that studio apartment in a building that's not even tall enough for a view. You've also got the seasonal economy. So we're very tourism dependent, if you will. Naples thrives on tourism, especially during the winter months when snowbirds flock to soak up the sun. In fact, the population swells to around 22,000 year-round residents, or from 22,000 year-round residents to about 45,000 during peak season. Now, when the snow melts though, businesses that cater to tourists face a serious off-season hangover. When people start going back up north, the businesses can take a hit here. Now, after COVID, I will say this, COVID really injected a good amount of more full-time residents here. It didn't fix it all, and there are still pockets of Naples and communities that will near shut down during the slow season of summer months. And oh, by the way, our seasonal folks don't just come for 1 month. They're usually here for multiple months, and many of them are here for 6 or 7 months, making sure they take advantage of the tax opportunities if they're here 6 months in a day. So I don't mean to paint a picture of it, the whole town shutting down, but the reality, depending on the nature of the business that somebody owns and where it's located within Naples, it can take a pretty big hit in the off season. You've also got what I will term job insecurity. So with seasonal employment, it can leave workers in a lurch during the other times of the year. You might find yourself in a lively job in January, but come June, you're suddenly, and lonely, if you will, you're suddenly at the local beach selling seashells, or let's be honest, looking for the nearest happy hour. Now, again, there are jobs that are year-round, so as with anything, I'm a big critic of how much our news segments can blow things out of proportion, and I don't want to do that. There are jobs, but there is definitely a seasonal swing if you're not getting a feel for that. You've also got limited economic diversification. There is an over-reliance on real estate and tourism in Naples. Naples' economy is like a one-legged flamingo. Pretty to look at, but a little wobbly under pressure. The city highly relies on real estate and tourism for its sources of income, which makes it much more vulnerable during economic downturns. Not in home ownership. I do want to stress that. I want to make sure when we're talking about economic downturns, which can affect Naples, certainly, but let me remind you that our market is 70% cash at most times of the year. So a lot of homeowners own their homes outright, but where the economic downturns can affect us is in other areas of spending, and certainly in real estate too, but I'm talking about other areas. Tourism may lighten up. People may pull back on vacations or trips to Naples. So when real estate takes a hit, so does the local economy. It can lead to less margaritas by the beach and more dinners at home kind of nights. This year in 2024 has been a good example of that. The cost of living across the United States has gone up incredibly with the inflation. It's made it much more difficult for people to be able to enjoy and eat out and do things from an entertainment standpoint. So, there's definitely a need for broader industry presence. According to the U.S. Labor of Statistics, Naples has fewer than 3% of jobs in manufacturing or tech compared to more diversified regions. So where are the tech startups when you need them, right? Perhaps they're too busy enjoying the Naples golf views. You've also got labor shortages, and this is a big one. There's a big skilled labor gap. There's a noticeable gap in certain sectors like construction and healthcare, with the unemployment rate hovering around 3.4%, which, by the way, is lower than the national average. Employers are raising wages to try to attract talent. So if you're a skilled laborer, now might be the perfect time to stroll into town and negotiate with the new boss. You've also got rising wages. While it's great that wages are increasing, it also means that prices of services and products are going up. So if your favorite bartender suddenly charges you $1 more for that cocktail, just remember, they've got to eat too. You've also got another challenge. I think this is number 5 for me, and that's transportation and infrastructure challenges. With the influx of seasonal residents, traffic can become, we'll just say not a full-blown nightmare, maybe just a light PG-13 nightmare, especially on the infamous US 41. So if you're in a hurry, just remember, patience is a virtue. And the beach isn't going anywhere, at least not anytime soon. You've also got limited public transportation. The lack of a robust public transportation options in Naples may mean that residents are reliant on their own personal vehicles. According to the Naples Area Transit, only about 1% of residents utilize public transportation, which makes finding a parking spot at the beach feel like a scavenger hunt for a buried treasure. You've also got some economic inequalities. So there's some disparities. Naples is often cited as one of the wealthiest cities in the U.S., yet it has a significant wealth gap. The average income for residents is around $90,000. While many struggle to make ends meet, $90,000 can seem like a lot in other places, but it can be tougher here. You might see a Ferrari in one driveway and a used Honda in the next. And by the way, there is nothing wrong with a used Honda. I'm simply using it for illustrative purposes of all the diversity we actually have. It's like a game of which one doesn't belong, right? You've also got limited access to resources. So economic inequalities means that lower income families may struggle to access things like healthcare, education, and other essential services. Now, one of the beautiful things in this area is we have some amazing private schools, but guys, my kids went to the public schools here and they are fantastic. My kids are doing very, very well academically and got into just about every college they wanted, and they didn't apply to the easy ones, we'll say. So there are some public education options that are very good. So the only thing more elusive than affordable housing in Naples, well, a stocked food bank? Yeah, we have some of those too. You've also got environmental challenges. So Naples, being a coastal city, it does have some risk involved with rising sea levels. Studies predict that by 2050, areas of Naples may be significantly impacted, leading to higher insurance rates, because who doesn't love paying for peace of mind, right? Oh, don't even get me started on insurance. You've also got environmental regulations because there are stricter regulations that protect natural resources, and that can affect development projects. This means homeowners may have to wait a little longer to get their dream pool approved. And let's face it, nothing says Florida like a pool party, right? So while Naples, Florida is often seen as a slice of paradise, and believe me, it is, I would pick this place 100 times over. I never regret having moved here and staying full-time over the last decade. It does, however, face several economic challenges that could impact whether this is the right place for you, from high living costs to seasonal employment to traffic woes and economic inequality. The area has its imperfections. However, with community collaboration and a touch of humor, Naples can continue to be a beautiful place to live, even if that means sharing the road with a few extra golf carts during peak season. After all, laughter may not pay the bills, but it certainly makes the ride a lot more enjoyable. If I can help you in exploring Naples to see if it's a fit for you, please reach out. My name is Renee Hahn. I am your Naples Real Estate Expert, and you can find me at yournaplesexpert.com. And as always, I invite you to check out more of these Naples Review episodes where we can discover things that make Naples unique and help explore whether it's the right place for you. So join me for future episodes. And as always, have a fabulous, fabulous day.